Hey guys, it's Christian Senior back from CNH Smallings again for another review about some stuff I got from my one of my AKs here. So this is mainly a gun product review video, and I got a gun here. It's the AK I told you about in one of the previous videos here. It's the DDI AK that basically I was trying to tell you about, maybe changing out your stock and stuff like that. Well, I finally got the stock in over here, and I changed out the hand guards, changed out the pistol grip down here, and your rear butt, your rear stock I should say as well too. This is basically a Bulgarian milled AK. Well, it's an AK-47 Bulgarian Type 3 milled receiver. We'll call it furniture kit. Basically, that's what it is. I probably better say everything looks matching on this gun, or now everything looks matching on here now. They basically, except for the rear stock on here, which is you can't really do anything about the plastic condition of the plastic right there back here. But overall, everything looks almost near called perfect color schematic, or whatever you want to call it here for that, because they do make a wide range of call it a Bakelite parts kits out there for that, where you might have one that's like really orange out there, and other ones might be really dark red. I basically tried to get one off of eBay that was almost completely, completely every color was basically matching to the other parts that are for it, because you don't want one color like light orange, the other one might be like dark red out there for it. It'll look kind of really stupid out there for that. So basically, the only thing on it now, it looks just a little bit odd out of it, but there's a rear butt pad, which I really can't do anything about it. I'm not going to really worry about that for that, but everything else looks good. The hand guards look perfectly fine. Magazine and everything else, so I'll just keep this magazine with this gun here, and the rear pistol grip. So they all look almost completely matching for that. I'd say within maybe 2 or 3 shades difference on it, but I'm not really concerned about that, because I like to have Bakelite on my AKs out there, especially the older style ones like these, because it basically keeps it looking like it was original out there, rather than trying to put some kind of a Tapco stock or something else on there for that it's basically modern. I really don't want to do that. And basically the other thing was Bakelite will actually hold up a lot better to heat, so it won't be affected by heat as much as maybe like a Tapco plastic stock, or like some I want to call Arsenal knockoff stock out there for that. Because if you see guys on YouTube out there like firing off maybe a lot of rounds out there for that, your lower handguard will get extremely hot down here, and Bakelite basically takes the heat a lot better than your typical Arsenal knockoff stocks, or your Tapco stock as well too. Plus it basically has a nice buffer from your hand getting extremely hot down there for that. What I'm trying to say is, and it actually looks, in my personal opinion, looks better, but everybody has their own preference out there for that, so I'm not going to force anybody to saying, oh, mine's better than yours. I'm just trying to keep the gun, looking practical, we want to call it, as original as possible, rather than trying to make it look like a modern style fighting gun. Because most of your stuff, if you got all kind of lights and you got all kind of red dots all over your gun and stuff like that, or you got all kind of tackle sections, all that stuff can be knocked off with somebody either dropping it on the ground, dropping on some kind of hard rock, or possibly it getting hit by a bullet out there, and all that stuff would basically be non-void out there for that. So trying to keep it basically a bare bones, like a fighting rifle that has a classic look to it. I personally think mine look okay to me, but that's my own personal preference for that. You can do whatever you want to with your gun. I'm just trying to make mine look as look as what they were like back in the 50s, this early 60s, anything else, when they actually had this type of furniture on there for that. That's what I'm just basically trying to say out there. So it's basically an AK, Russian AK pattern Type 3 milled receiver, heavy barrel profile that has all Bakelite furniture on there for that. And it's actually, in my personal opinion, most of these stocks are actually lighter than some of the newer furniture out there for that, because Bakelite is extremely light out there for that. Where if you have some kind of a heavier furniture, like some kind of heavier, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think off the top of my head here. heavier furniture, because if you have an Arsenal furniture on your guns, more than likely they will be heavier, because Arsenal furniture, they do have, at least in mine over here, they do have a metal band up on top of your upper handguard right here, plus on the bottom of your lower handguard you have a metal heat, I think it was a heat shield, or I think it was actually stainless steel heat shield they put inside there, so it basically soaks up the heat coming out the barrel, so it's not going to burn your hands after you cycle your gun with a few hundred rounds that are for that. So having Bakelite on it, you really don't need that, because it takes the heat quite well, because Bakelite is what I record. It's, as far as I know, it's some kind of resin plastic. It's a resin material out there, and basically it's been around probably since probably about 800-900 years. Even the old telephones you see from like Bell Lamps, like back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they were like all black. More than likely, I believe they were Bakelite as well too. And Bakelite has been around for quite a long time, as I said before, and it basically keeps its shape, keeps its design. As long as you don't put any like a real heavy flame next to it or anything else, it'll take the heat off your gun's barrel, and it won't overheat and it won't burn up. Because if you have wood, if you're some kind of laminate stock, like I see guys who have cranks on YouTube on there, and you got a laminate stock, or you got some kind of old this plain regular hardwood stock on it, and you got a lot of what we want to call I'm trying to think like that top seal, like top coating, it's some kind of shine, or a gloss coat, as I should be saying. And you take that thing up your range and you're putting maybe 100, 200 rounds to it, your whole handguard assembly up here will be getting extremely hot, and if you see it burning and bubbling over top of that. With your Bakelite handguards on it, this will less likely happen, because it won't bubble as your wood does on it, because of the way it's made out of for it. So I give it 2 thumbs up myself, because each one of my guns I take them up in my cabinet, I shoot them about maybe 50 to 100 times with the improved Bakelite handguard and stuff like that on there. And it feels a little bit warm on it, but it's not extremely bad as it would be with your plastic like Tapco or non-Arsenal black furniture on it that does not have any heat shields protecting the heat from being radiated out to your hands. So that's another plus right there in my personal opinion. So you got it actually looks a little bit better than your old new stock, and it has a functionality aspect to it as well too. Plus it's relatively cheap to buy. You can buy a complete set, like a stock set, maybe for about between maybe 30 and 60 bucks online. Hell, you can even buy your pistol grip on eBay for like maybe $2 or $3. You can't beat $2 or $3 for that. And your upper handguard, lower handguard set, it might be about another 20, 30 bucks right there. Plus, you can also get the actual lower handguard serialized. This one right here, they actually have a serial number on the handguard. Basically, you can bring out the serial number by putting some China white. What do they call it? It's a China white. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. It's China white. It's sort of like a magic marker, but it's a grease pen. And basically, what you do is you rub it into the raised, or I said it, not the raised lettering. You rub it into the slightly lower numbers on here. It actually brings out the numbering right here for it. So you have a serial number that's right there, and you basically wipe it off real quick, and it brings a little bit more character or class if you want to do that, but that's my own personal preference. You don't got to do that. And that's all I can really tell you about that, other than it, in my personal opinion, it looks pretty good. I don't know what you think of it, but I'd rather have my gun as it was like back in the 50s or 60s out there, so just try to keep it more for the sentimental reasons like that, and keep it looking as it was when it was actually made back in the 50s and 60s, whenever they were having Bakelite actually on the guns and weapons and stuff like that. So if anybody has any questions, comments, whatnot about something like that, or if you want me to try to give you any pointers or where to pick up some of this stuff or how to put it on there, more than likely when you do change furniture, you will have to file down, you will have to fit these upper and lower handguards into your gas tube on the top, and you'll have to file maybe a little bit down on your lower handguard as well too. So there will be fitment issues, because no kits, no, what do you want to call them, no stock set's going to be exactly the same for every gun out there. So there's going to be small differences. So you will have to maybe file down or shave some areas off under for it as well too. And I was going to say that the last thing is, your upper handguard on here, there's a very, very easy way to get these things on and off out here. Mine, it was a bit more difficult than I seen on YouTube on here. Basically, what you would do is you take your upper handguard and your gas tube, take it out of there, and basically what you do is you can turn it like clockwise or counterclockwise, and your upper handguard will basically pop off rather than trying to tap your gas tube apart and like maybe taking it to a gunsmith and have them do it there. You can basically put a little bit of grease up on top up here, and it'll basically slide like almost like a greased pig basically. Then when you put your new one in here, you might have to fit it to get it back to where the original one is. So you may have to shave a little bit on the top up here, a little bit on the bottom up here to get it fitted properly. But once you do that, it should snap in with no problem in only a couple seconds for that. As long as you have some kind of vise to hold your upper gas tube in a vise nice and straight and tight, you shouldn't have any problems with it all fitting it in there. So that's all I can say. I really like it myself. It brings that character, and if anybody has any questions, comments, whatnot, just simply leave me a message on my page here, and I'll try to answer any questions you guys have. I'll see you guys. Thanks.